Hello everyone, and welcome back to a second video around using Power Automate and SharePoint lists. If you saw the last video, we used a scenario where we have two SharePoint lists, one called Handover Tracker and the second one Project Management Office, short PMO, to track projects that have been won but not assigned yet, and projects that have been assigned and where the project manager has been notified and he or she can start working. Now we want to extend that scenario and implement another SharePoint list to track milestones for that project. As we know, is a different relationship between milestones and projects. It is known that one project can have multiple milestones. So in SharePoint, it is difficult to create a database typical relationship, one-to-many or many-to-many or one-to-one, but we can use something called lookups to achieve something like that. And that's what we are going to do today. So in our first video, we showcase how the project will be moving from the handover tracker, if it's approved, using Power Automate to the Project Management Office SharePoint list. Let's say here the project BT user adoption has been approved. I am the PM again, and I have been notified. My project's now in the PMO list, and I can start working. But that's not all the story. So I need to track my milestones as well. A project might have, for example, in this case, 3 milestones at the minimum, and the milestone values. Of course, there are many more columns needed, for example, a deadline or status of the milestone and so on and so forth. But let's keep it simple because columns you can always add. And as we can see here, this project has 3 milestones. So we will need to create a SharePoint list that uses a lookup field so the project manager is able to select the project name from the PMO SharePoint list. So we will have a one-to-many or many-to-one relationship between these two tables. So let's jump straight into it. Let's go to the SharePoint list. Remember, we have the handover tracker and PMO. Now we will create a new one from scratch. Click New, List, blank list. Call it Milestone Tracker. Click on Create. So now we want the columns that are the information that is in PMO to be brought into this list. But we don't want the project manager to have to type the project name, customer name, and customer code, for example, because the possibility that he or she will make a typo or will forget something, it's high, it's normal. So let's make it a bit easier. For that, we'll have to jump here to Settings, List Settings, and use the Create Column button here. The reason for that is when you go here, you have more options for columns than when you create them from the list UI. So now we will select the lookup. We'll call it project name. And we want to get information from PMO. So this column will get its information from the PMO SharePoint list. In this column, which is called title, we know that the title column is our project name, and a column to show each of these additional fields. So we will bring the title column, the customer name, and the customer code. Click on OK, and we should be able to go back to see, yeah, as you can see here, we have multiple columns. This uses a weird double, so it brings the name of the main column and the name of the new column. But we can rename that. Column settings, rename, just keep the customer name. So save, rename that as well. Customer code. And one next step, since we don't need title, or we can rename that to something else. Let's rename it to how was it in? So let's rename it to milestone. Why not? They're called milestone. We can drag and move the place to a different place, so that we don't want to be first. We need also a currency column. Name it milestone value. Number of decimal places, we can leave it automatic. Yeah, English. And click on save. And we also need the person, project manager. Unfortunately, it is not possible to have a lookup field for peoples. So, for example, the PM has to be inputted again twice from the project manager when he or she comes in to edit the milestones. So we can move that a little bit further in front, have it over there. And I think we have everything we need for now. So how this works is if you want to create a milestone from scratch, you will click new, project name, it will show in here. And then let's say the milestone is called M1 and the milestone value is 1000. And let's put me again in there. If you click on save, this should bring here the project name, the customer name, and the customer code. So the project name, customer name Samsung, and S1234. There you go. And you can select multiple milestones, or you can create multiple milestones. Say M2, this is 2000. That's me again. Save. Let's create a third one, just to have a little bit more data. And this will be 3500. Yes. Click on save. So, and the cool thing you can do is you can click on project name and then you can group by project name. If you have multiple projects, this will allow you to have a better overview with the project name at the top and then the milestones below. Now we want the project manager to already have at least the first milestone automatically created for him or for her when the project has been assigned. So if we go back to our PowerPoint presentation, when the project has been handed over, we want the project to be created in PMO and the first milestone to be created in the milestone tracker, so that the project manager has almost most of the work done, or at least the initial work, and then he or she can go in and fill out the missing data, create the new milestones that are missing, and so on. We cannot automate all the milestones since every project is different. And we will only create the first one. We will call it a generic name like M1. The milestone value, we can leave it empty or just put a number in there. And importantly that it contains the project name, the customer code, and the project manager name, of course. Let's jump back to Flow here. So there's an issue if we use this one, because if we want to create a project a milestone every time a project has been handed over from the handover tracker, what happens if a project does not come from the handover tracker? Let's say there is a project that was initiated instantly, like a small project or like an incubation internal project that doesn't come from the sales team, but the project manager was informed that he needs to do something. He or she can run it as a project and should track it in the project management office SharePoint list. So for that reason, we will create a separate automation to make sure that as soon as a project is inserted into the PMO SharePoint list, it will always create a milestone in the milestone tracker. And that will work independent if it's coming from the handover tracker or it is created in PMO directly. For that reason, we will go back and create a new automated cloud flow. Let's call it PMO to milestone tracker. We'll select again when an item is created. This time, exactly, this time we'll use when an item is created, because even if PMO is modified, we don't want it to recreate a milestone in our milestone tracker. We want it to be one-time thing. Click on create. We will select our SharePoint. Okay, help, go away. We'll select our site address, then our PMO. Next step, we will use a get item. We will not have a condition here because we want that every time that the project comes into PMO to create a milestone. We don't need a condition here. We could use a condition if, for example, we complicate the list that way that we say we have a dropdown saying, okay, does this project need to have milestones? As we said, maybe it's an internal project that doesn't need any milestones. It's just a one day thing. But we won't go that way today. We'll use a simple automation that grabs every project that is inserted in PMO and copies it in the milestone tracker. So we'll select get item, select our site address, the list name, PMO, and the ID, as we can see here, the list item ID that was created. Next step will be create an item. And this time, we will select our new SharePoint list, the milestone tracker. So the title will be static. The title in this case is a milestone name, if you remember. And we will call it M1. The project name ID, here is the user, something user adoption, but we don't want that because this will be then always the same. We need to enter a custom value. So we will grab the get item ID and the PM will be the PM display name. The value, we can leave it empty for now. It's not a required field. As you can see here, it doesn't have the red asterisks. The project manager should have the information, and when he or she gets notified, then he or she can as well enter the data. So now we can click on save and test it. So let's go back. Let's create a new project. Let's call it Dell. Do you want to? Okay, that's okay. Customer name, let's call it again Dell. Let's call this Dell POC. That's me again. Okay, if we click on save, we should be able to bring the automation in test modus. Okay, so Power Automate is now waiting. Let's click on save. And see what happens. Your flow ran successfully. Let's go back to PMO and jump to our milestone tracker. As you can see, it was created here, del POC. And again, if I select this dropdown and group by project name, now you can see it is nicely splitted between projects and the milestones. And now the PM can go in, so write milestone 2, select the project, and you can see now there are two projects. Del POC, milestone value can be 2000. Enter that name, click on save, and it will add it below. And if you want to edit that, the first one, click on that, click on edit, and enter the milestone value. Click save, and it's done. So I hope you like this short video presentation around SharePoint lists and Power Automate. As you can see, you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And we will see each other in another video. Thank you very much.